Roughly one-third of the world's adult population smokes tobacco, and I would like to tell you some of the history about where tobacco got started. Tobacco was first used by the pre-Columbian Americans in the 1500s, according to CNN.com. It then made its way around the globe during that century when it gained a lot of popularity. Diplomats like Francis Jean Nicot, whom nicotine was named after, highly contributed to tobacco's popularity in the 1560s. During this time, it was the most common to chew, snuff, and smoke tobacco from a pipe. Cigars did not become popular until the early 1800s. Cigarettes became popular in the mid-1800s, after the Civil War. Religious use of tobacco among many indigenous people has become common through the centuries and is still common today. At first, people had no clue that there were negative side effects from tobacco use. Early European physicians to Native Americans believed that tobacco was an effective medicine at the time. In 1571, a Spanish doctor named Nicolas Mundares wrote a book in which stated that tobacco could cure 36 health problems. It wasn't until the earliest 20th century that researchers started correlating cancer to smoking. In 1944, the American Cancer Society began warning people about the possible side effects of smoking, even though there were no definite evidence existed at the time linking smoking to lung cancer. 8 years later, Reader's Digest published an article titled Cancer by the Carton, which detailed the dangers of smoking. This article affected smokers greatly, and the following year, cigarette sales had actually declined for the first time in 2 decades. Luckily, today we know a lot more information about the effects of tobacco. A single cigarette contains almost 7,000 chemicals, 69 of which are now known to cause cancer. According to SmokingStinks.org, smoking makes the risk of a heart attack 200 to 400% greater than that of non-smokers. Tobacco use costs the United States $333 billion a year in health care expenses. In 1965, Congress passed the Federal Cigarette Labeling and Advertising Act, requiring the Surgeon General's warning on all cigarette packages. In 1971, all broadcast advertising was banned. In 1990, smoking was banned on all interstate buses and airline flights lasting 6 hours or less. The cost of cigarettes has gone up dramatically through the years, but that does not seem to stop people from using tobacco. Every day, nearly 4,000 teens in the United States smokes their first cigarettes, while 1,000 teens start smoking. The tobacco industry makes $350 trillion a year. It is estimated that roughly 15 billion cigarettes are smoked worldwide every day. Roughly 69% of smokers want to quit completely. The tough part is that nicotine is just as addictive as heroin and cocaine. If you are a tobacco user, I hope this information helps you make the decision to quit. It can help you give a longer, healthier life if you just make that decision.